Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of the Fishing Teacher, and thanks for checking out today's video. Much appreciated. Today we're going to be talking about the appeal of a lure that looks like it's worn out or old over a new looking lure, and sort of give you guys my opinion on, I think, how that works good. This is something, guys, I've been doing for a long time. One of the things that I've always felt is that I don't ever hardly catch fish as well. If I take a lure out of the package, for some reason it doesn't produce for me very well until the lure starts to get beat up and knocked around on rocks a little bit and starts to look a little bit old. And I found that out pretty early on when I started bass fishing. So what I did, and I've done this for years, is when I get a lure, I don't care what it is, if it's a hard bait or soft bait, whatever, I may take a sandpaper or like a knife or something, if it's a crankbait or hard bait, and I'll just scratch it up a little bit. I'll just put some scratch marks around it. And if it's a soft plastic lure, I may take it in my hands and I rough it up a little bit and sort of, make it look like it's been chewed on a little bit. I don't know what it is, but I just get more bites on it. I think that in nature, there's a lot of imperfection out there, and I think that when a fish looks at a bait and looks like something is, like its prey is messed up a little bit, I think that it sort of instinctually makes the fish bite that a little bit better. Because I can't tell you how many times that, let's take a crankbait for example. It's like, I'll take a crankbait out of the box, it's all perfectly shiny and new and that type of stuff, and as long as that crankbait is running good, I notice the longer that I fish the bait, and maybe it's knocking against the rocks and the bill's got some scratches on it, and maybe I bounce it off the bottom, or the hooks clanging against the side will start wearing the paint down. It's like the older the bait looks, the more fish I start catching out of it. And there's just something to that. I can't, I've had enough reproducible results with it where I know it's just not coincidence. I mean, I've seen it produce over and over again. So one of the tips and advice that I'll give you guys is, one of the best ways that you can do that is get you one of those kitchen Brillo pads, like the rough, the rough Brillo pad. And when you get a hard bait, just go around it and just dull the finish up a little bit. Just rough it up just a little bit. And another thing that I'll do with it is I'll take a pair of pliers, like a pair of needle nose pliers, and open the needle nose pliers up. And on the inside of the pliers, it's got a little bit of a sharp edge, and just sort of scrape around the hard bait a little bit with that. And almost like you're making the bait look old, like how they do it with some of those furniture manufacturers do it with the distressed wood look. You're doing that with the crankbait or the jerk bait or whatever like that. And I just think it adds up to a few more fish. Like I said, it's something that I've just done for so many years, and I just think it capitalizes on the bass's opportunistic feeding, naturally going for the weaker, injured type prey. It makes a lot of sense to me. It seems to work. So anyway, guys, quick video with that. Try it. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to want to spend like 25 bucks on a Megabass jerk bait and scratch it up a little bit, but I can promise you, you're going to benefit yourself by doing that, by just distressing it out a little bit, make it look a little bit older. I'll take your example, that swim bait that's on the thumbnail here in the video. It's the same thing with that. The longer I started fishing that thing, the more bass I started catching on it, the more gnarly and chewed up looking it was. I got more and more bites on it. So what I was doing in the tournament, I eventually caught so many fish that the harness came out of it. So what I started doing in the tournament is I started taking a pair of scissors and on a new one, and I'd cut I'd make little cuts with the scissor on the swim bait to make it look all grunged out, and they bit it. So anyway, guys, give it a try. I think it'll help out. We'll see y'all.